What's up, you guys? Welcome back into iHeartRadio's official wrestling podcast, the Battleground podcast. And as you know, this Sunday, it is a big time for AEW. Live in London, it is AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Forbidden Door. And on the show today with us, somebody who I think we would all agree should be the main event for Forbidden Door. The longest reigning ROH Women's World Champion, Athena joins the show. Athena?
You forgot forever.
Excuse me. Let me go back. The longest reigning forever Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Women's Champion, Athena, joins the show.
I'm here. Hi. Hello, Minion.
And actually,
oh man,
there's a clarification on that. You are currently the longest reigning world champion in the world right now.
Oh, go
little
me.
Asterisk there. So, okay.
Also, the longest reigning champion in Ring of Honor history. I mean, we could just keep adding them as we go.
Right. I mean, to give you an idea, Okada has had his title for 500 days. So he's literally at almost half of what you've done. And it feels like he's had his belt forever too. So
he needs to just get better. He's not on my level. So that's
half as good, evidently. Yeah. half as good.
So I want to talk about it. This incredible historic title reign that you're on. Did you ever think that you're going to have this kind of run in ROH when you first came in, or has this just all built up one match at a time?
I think it's something that was really a surprise to me, to be honest with you. Like, I think as outwardly egotistical as I am, like behind the scenes, I'm very self-conscious and probably a lot of low self-esteem when it comes to stuff like that. So never in a million years did I see myself in a position like this. But like, honestly, since I tore my Achilles and I came back from that, I just treat every match like it's my last match. Cause like, I remember thinking, wow, my last match is going to be like, I don't want to say what it was, but like, I was like, my last match right before I tore my Achilles, I wasn't extremely happy with. And I was like, man, I would hate if that's the way that I go out. I would hate like just looking back and being like, that was my last match. Okay, it's not exactly what I wanted. It was a great match. It was a fun opponent, but it just wasn't what I wanted. And so every time I go into the ring, whether it be a tag match, a singles match, me trying to deal with Williams, like it's one of those things that I have to treat every match like it's my last match, because I never know, and I don't want to go out in my career just thinking, what if I would have done this? What if I would have done that? You know, so definitely I think that reflects with my ROH title reign is that every match I do, like, it could be my last match. It could be my last match as champion, but I'm not going to go and put my bottom foot forward. I don't even know the analogy I want to use.
Right.
You know, so I just want to make sure that whatever I do, I put all of my heart and soul into it. So I'm happy with it, despite what the finish might be.
Yeah. Well, like we mentioned, you know, congrats on you're currently the longest reigning world champion, female or male, in the world right now. Over 950 days with your title, forever champion. You know, kind of bouncing off the first question. I mean, how does it feel to kind of be the face of Ring of Honor and, you know, pushing forward that legacy, but also standing tall as a dominant force across women's wrestling internationally?
It's pretty sick. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like, never in a million years did I expect this. Like, when I first started wrestling, like 2006, 2007, I remember like Ring of Honor was the place to be. We had Sarah Del Rey, we had Daisy Hayes that would occasionally make an appearance there, Allison Danger, Lacey, Mischief, like so many countless others. And I was like, yo, I gotta work for ROH. I gotta get an opportunity there. And I ended up doing a tryout match when they were in Texas, and I ended up getting a spot on the roster when they had their women's storylines and stuff like that. So like, it meant a lot to me back then because I genuinely worked hard to get that position. And now with Tony Khan bringing back Ring of Honor, and like, I just have to, like, it meant so much to me to have that opportunity to earn that position. Like, I have to do the same. I have to treat it with respect because so many people came before me that, like, this was their life. Ring of Honor was their passion. And so no matter where I am, I rep my brand. I rep Ring of Honor very proudly. So I just can't do anything less than my best.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, when you think of best, there's also another women's champion in there that seems like she's being a belt collector. I didn't say the greatest. I just said the best. We know who the greatest champion is. We know it's Athena.
I don't like this.
Here's the thing, though, is it seems like you and Mercedes have kind of been vibing, right? Fans are starting to pick up on it. You're out there on social media doing TikToks and whatnot. Tony's also said that there's a women's tag team titles that are already made. throwing this out there. You know where we're going. Is this something you'd be into? You and Mercedes, going after the AEW Women's Tag Title after you beat Toni this Sunday? Just saying.
I mean, look, I've never been super into belt collectors because I don't like that TSA pre-check issue trying to get through security, and I can only imagine her life is a nightmare right now, which I would love to film and record. I would love to. I just, if I see her one day, I'm just gonna film it as they take it all out, just to show you. I'm like, this is why.
Yeah.
But honestly, vibing is a strong word. I think keep your enemies close is kind of the method. The enemy of my enemy is my friend type vibe. But honestly, she's one of the best in the world. I am the best in the world. But it's really cool to have us all in a match. I think like when we had Dynamite, that was the first time all three of the champions were in the same match at the same time. So that was a cool moment. But like Mercedes has to up her game a little bit. She can't be distracted with this timeless hussy. I'm sorry. I don't know what she has going on in her head when it comes to Toni Storm. Hopefully when I beat Toni Storm, that will be the end of this nonsense. And you know what? Maybe if she wants to join MIT, go through the proper minion training, we can maybe do something with that. We could use a minion CEO. I think that that's possible. But you know what? We're two of the best women in the world. Like all jokes and fun aside, it's been interesting, very much so unforeseen because I rather beat her for the TBS championship than tag. But like also if the opportunity presents itself, I know we're both like, very competitive. We're both very aggressive when it comes to being the best in the world. Why not?
Yeah, that's
why not?
Great answer. Yeah. So your evolution has been great to watch, from the indies and then to Ember Moon to back to Athena now. What would you say if you could go back and talk to Ember Moon, like maybe when we had to say goodbye to that character? What would you tell her with what's going on now?
I don't know, because like I feel like a lot of where I am now is because of Ember Moon. If that makes sense. Yeah. I don't regret anything. I wish I was a little how would I put it? A little bit more selfish for myself in that moment, but I prided myself on always being a team player, always trying to be for the match versus for myself. I think that's the only thing I would change, is I would be a little bit more selfish, but at that same time, I wouldn't be the forever ROH champion without Ember Moon and that journey that I had there. I wouldn't be comfortable with being who I am and presenting that on a TV platter, if you will, if it wasn't for Ember Moon and me trying to hide behind a mask. I love that character. I put a lot of heart and soul into the creative for that character. So like I'll never say never when it comes to Ember Moon, as far as taking like inspiration from that character, or like, oh, I should have done it this way, or oh, I should have done it that way, because like that's a part of my journey and who I am today. So like I said, like it's weird to go back and say, oh, like I should have done this, I should have done that. I just wish I was a little bit more selfish. I think that's the best thing I can say.
Yeah.
Good answer for sure. And Forbidden Door this Sunday, happening live in London. If you're in the area, there's still a few tickets available. You could grab those. Recently, Jim Ross, who is a legend in the wrestling world, gave you some serious flowers recently, said that you were a big reason All in Texas hit like it did. How did that feel coming from someone with that kind of legacy in wrestling?
Hold on, how do I say this and not?
Hey, you could be selfish. We don't care. This is your show.
Let me say it and not sound like a total fan. That was a slobber knocker of a comment.
Yeah. Very nice.
I mean, it's really awesome because Jim Ross has seen the best in the world. He's seen the worst in the world. He's been around forever. He's truly a legendary person and figure in our business. So like anytime legends like that, I believe Jeff Jarrett had very kind words to say about me. I'm always flabbergasted and floored by that, because I don't really do this for them. I don't do it for the compliments. I do it for me. Me and my love for pro wrestling, the art of pro wrestling and the art of what we do in and outside of the ring. That's what I do it for. I just kind of got obsessed with it on an ADHD level. So to have like compliments like that are not taken very lightly, it's really cool. It's always very flooring, and it's always very humbling, like knowing that I'm doing the right things, that people are noticing that. I think it's a lot of like, yeah, right, who's next? Who's jumping on my bandwagon next? Who's the next person I'm gonna put on the Athena minion train,
Right.
And that's kind of like, but it's very humbling. It's very very gratifying. And the words are escaping me because, like, honestly, I think a friend of mine goes, "Yo, did you see this?" And I go, "I work with him."
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so cool. I work with him, but him being able to give an analysis of my matches and stuff like that, like, and kind of like give me that high praise on such a level is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, he's one of the best, man. Just so good. This week on Dynamite came to us from Scotland. You had a tag match yourself and Mercedes Moné, excuse me. Big win over Toni Storm and Alex Windsor. You delivered a brutal pile driver to Miss Storm on the ring steps. Before laying out Alex with the O-face to get the win. How did the Scottish crowd contribute to this match, and how do you kind of plan to ride this momentum going to Forbidden Door?
The Scottish crowd did absolutely nothing for Athena. I was expecting songs. I wanted like colors of the
streamers,
world, spice up your life. The Proclaimers, 300 miles was not sung as Athena has walked through the Isles of Scotland. I felt very embarrassed that the Scotland crowd did not appreciate their minion overlord. Yeah, that's why Toni Storm got power driven on stairs. That's why Andrea Windsor, I think is her name. Yeah. Andrea took an O-face. And that's why I came out on top, because it was in spite of Scotland. It's been so long since I've been over to the UK, and that's how they greeted me. How dare they?
How dare they? For
some of the best things in life.
And praise.
Some of the best things in life happen out of spite. So that's a good indicator right there. Yeah.
I can tell you though, this Sunday it is going to be a loud crowd for sure, and it feels like that crowd sort of gets behind Toni. We saw it last time. This was last time. We're not talking about this time. We're talking last time. You're heading into the O2 Arena this Sunday. Obviously, big match for you, going after that AEW Women's World Championship. How are you feeling mentally heading into this big matchup in the O2 Arena this Sunday?
Mentally, I'm confident. I'm extremely confident. Like, Toni Storm is a joke. She parades around in black and white like she's Bette Midler, like whatever happened to Baby Jane. Like, I don't have time for that. I don't. AEW is where the best wrestlers. AEW stands for Athena Elite Wrestling. I deserve to be on top. I have put in the work. I have put in the accolade. I've beaten 3 former AEW Women's World Champions. It's just in my resume to not lose. That's why I'm the forever ROH champion. I don't think Toni Storm understands what she's getting into. And if not, she's going to realize it with that sore neck. I wanted to hit the Ralph Wiggum so bad on her with that. Like, I just wanted to so bad, because it was so funny. Just her, just distraught. I was like, she was looking for someone to end her story. Yeah, she doesn't have to look any further. That's truly it. So I'm going to be walking out of Forbidden Door a dual world champion, the AEW Women's World Champion and the forever ROH champion. And we'll be a forever champion that people can actually look up to, people that can actually praise and put on a pedestal and not have to worry about being turned to grayscale. Okay? I am the best in the world, and it's about time people put some respect on my name and they understand it.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I don't disagree.
You guys are great. I like you guys.
This is the Athena. We're all fans on this show. We're gonna put Athena over, even though she doesn't need us to put her over.
Yeah, I would have worn an Athena shirt, but the only one I had was from when I was heavier, so it's like a blanket now. So
it's fine. We'll get you some hair ties. You can tie it in the back.
Yeah.
Like there we go. You remember when that was a fad?
Yeah. That was all the rage.
Now, I want to go back for a quick second. You and Willow made history main eventing an ROH pay-per-view. That is a big deal, right? When you walk back through that curtain after that match, what was going through your head, your mind, after, again, etching your name in the history books?
And I remember being super emotional about it. And I remember like us being in the ring post match. I remember, you know what, like we should share this moment. I remember this like very specifically, and I don't do this a lot. Like even to this day, I was like, you know what? Yeah, like we both did this. We both came out here. You know, her mom was in the front row, and I made her mom cry. So I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was funny. I laughed in her mom's face too. It was great. I'm totally not a bad guy. I just appreciate comedy. Okay, it's beautiful when it happens. But I just remember like just being like, you know what, it takes two to tango. And I remember just raising her hand. I remember going off the air, seeing the shot of that. And then I was mad because no one saw me deck her in the face right after.
Oh, no.
It was so miserable. But honestly, it was a really cool moment because like I feel like at my prior job I didn't get a lot of opportunities like that. Like I got to make history, don't get me wrong. I got to be a part of the first Royal Rumble. I got to be a part of Evolution, which was absolutely amazing, but I never had moments that were truly about me. Right? I felt like I was always a part of the team, which is not bad because there's always longevity in that, but I felt like with me working so hard and knowing that I was better than everyone that was on the roster at that time, like, and people are going to rip me for that, and I don't care because I am the best in the world. I'm the greatest of all time. I do this for a living. I eat, breathe, live wrestling. I run an indie show that's also weekly. I train people on the side. Like I live this life. And so like for me, I needed something for me because I'd given so much to everyone else throughout my entire career. And I felt like in that moment, it was about me. It was about me and kind of Willow. We hate her. We love the song, but I hate to dance to it. It's terrible. It's gonna be stuck in my head now because it's going through. Do.
Yep.
It's so catchy and terrible. But like honestly, I really do appreciate Willow for being a good porcelain hussy that night, for being a good dance partner, that we had to live in a moment that felt like time stopped at the end of that match. You know, and to go to the bag to see an entire roster. It wasn't just the women, it was everyone that was on the ROH pay-per-view in the back clapping for us. Tony Khan in the back, like, hell yeah, champ, like, you know, and like to have that type of support system within ROH, just in general, just ROH was absolutely like amazing. So I never really had that. And I remember just like telling people, I was like, no, you keep that up for that hussy. They're like, you just punched her in the face. I said, she'll be fine. Just keep that energy up for her when she gets her back. Right. They're like, bro, but you punched it. It was so unnecessary. I go, why not? It was fun. It's fun for me. But you know, it was really cool. And like we I know it's a moment that I look back on a lot because it was my first ever main event of a pay-per-view and the start of many after that. So like it just showed that, hey, like the women can main event the show. You know, I believe Samoa Joe and Claudio and Nigel and a whole bunch of like legendary wrestling figures were also on that show, and it meant the world that like I got that main event spot, that we earned it. Our story told the story of legend, if you will.
Right.
But it was awesome. It was very awesome.
Awesome. Well, I think we've kind of reached our time limit. So heading into Forbidden Door, this is your shot. Anything you want to say to the fans, the minions that are following?
You know what? Watch me make history. Watch me make history this weekend. You know, if you can't come in person, I will forgive you, minions. I promise I will. But you can watch on pay-per-view. I don't know where it's airing in the UK, but I'm pretty sure you can get it on Amazon Prime. I like it's gonna be an amazing show from top to bottom. Like we have so much fun planned for you. But specifically, I expect kittens, green apple Skittles, Jack Daniel's honey, or Crown Royal apple after for my celebration. I will take an expensive tequila.
Yeah,
I will. But I want it all lined up for me when I get back. I want the confetti poppers. If we can get some sparklers, that would be great too. But just really I want to make sure that I have my moment that's perfect. So minions, I'm not worried about Toni Storm. No one should be worried about her because I'm going to solve all of our problems. We're going to take AEW to new heights as Athena Elite Wrestling as I become a dual forever champion. I can see it now. Forever. And then I'll come in and do the ooh.
Yeah.
Pose, just to rub it in her face.